Washington, D.C. wasn't the only American hotspot yesterday. There were also startling developments at the other end of the country. The U.S. was forced to scramble its jets because some unwelcome guests were seen in the west, near the state of Alaska. A fleet of aircraft entered America's air defense identification zone. Aircraft from Russia and China. These were 4 nuclear-capable bombers, 2 Russian Tu-95s and 2 Chinese H-6s. And they weren't alone, of course. Bombers always travel with company. These bombers were accompanied by Su-30SMs and Su-35s. The aircraft were apparently conducting joint training drills. You can see them in this video. The Russian bomber is being refueled mid-air, which is a standard drill to prepare for long-range missions. This video that you see was released by the Russian Defense Ministry. They were rather nonchalant about this whole incident. The US, on the other hand, was not. Let's show you a statement from NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command. It's a joint command of the American and Canadian Air Force, and it is their job to secure the area around Alaska. Now, NORAD detected the Russian and Chinese aircraft. It noticed them entering America's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. The ADIZ is the shaded area on this map. Any aircraft that enters this zone needs to notify the United States. It isn't illegal to enter the area, but the US wants to be informed. That is why it intercepts aircraft that entered this zone. NORAD did that yesterday as well. It scrambled jets to escort the Chinese and Russian bombers. The US deployed F-16s and F-35s. Canada sent CF-18s. You can see the Western aircraft in the footage released by Russia. They took up positions near the Russian and Chinese planes and flew alongside them. And this was the NORAD statement about the incident. They say, and I'm quoting, "The Russian and PRC aircraft remained in international airspace and did not enter American or Canadian sovereign airspace. This Russian and PRC activity in the Alaska ADIZ is not seen as a threat. And NORAD will continue to monitor competitor activity near North America and meet presence with presence." The Americans were meeting presence with presence, basically telling China and Russia that the US was watching. Russia clearly doesn't care. This is not their first foray into the Alaskan identification zone. Russia sent bombers there in May as well, and before that in February. And this happens every few months, it seems, so it shouldn't be a big deal, especially as the US keeps doing the same as well. Russia intercepted 2 American bombers earlier this year near the Arctic. So it seems both countries, the US and Russia, keep playing these little mind games. But yesterday's incident was different for one simple reason. China was involved. China doesn't really do this often. It usually stays away from the American identification zone, but yesterday it sent nuclear-capable bombers to the area, and that is a massive escalation, even if it was completely legal. Beijing later tried to downplay the incident.
This action does not target any third party and is in line with relevant international law and practice and has nothing to do with the current international and regional situation.
China was saying, don't read too much into this. They said it was a regular training exercise and nothing sinister. But Washington isn't likely to believe that. China sent nuclear-capable bombers to the American identification zone for the very first time, and it likely won't be the last. It was a challenge for supremacy in the Pacific and Arctic regions, and a joint Sino-Russian challenge at that. Will the US respond in a similar fashion, or will it ignore this provocation? We'll probably find out soon enough.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree. One tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We'll start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital,